Hey guys, so thank you for being here. In today's video, I wanted to get ready, so I'm going to do a little bit of makeup and I'm going to step it up a notch because I have said before, I think I don't use foundation on my face. I probably need to. I've noticed a lot more like skin freckles that are probably sun freckles because I didn't have as many before. So obviously I'm not a professional. I like to say I'm a momfessional. And so I'm gonna just, with what I've been doing for like the primer on the eye, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna attempt that today with a little fake beauty blender. So anyway, but today I wanted to talk about the Invisalign story, a little bit of an update to that. So if you'd like to know kind of what happened after the fact with the Invisalign, I would like to share it with you. So stick around. Okay guys, so I'm gonna attempt this. I feel like this is a little harder to do and talk at the same time. I always say I'm a good multitasker, but this might be a little difficult. So just to start off, I've already done the little primer on my eye. I think it's Too Faced, the little blue tube that I think I've shown before. And so now I'm gonna just do the powder on the eye. Bear with me. And yeah, so the purpose of this video is to, oh, and I guess I'll show y'all as I go. This is the NYX Ultimate Edit palette that I've used before. I liked it, I got it at Ulta. I think they're pretty pigmented. So I'm just gonna go with number one. I think I've talked about this one doesn't have names. It literally just shows like, so number one it is. So anyway, talking about the Invisalign, if you haven't seen my Invisalign experience, I highly recommend going to, look around my studio and look at that video and just check out like my story. Obviously my story is complex. I want to give a little recap. Basically, I went to a dentist instead of an ortho, and I highly recommend that if you're doing Invisalign, no matter the level of difficulty with your case, that it really should be an orthodontist. There are dentists out there that know, that are experienced with Invisalign. In my case, I think because mine was complex, I just had a difficult time. So I would always say, go to an orthodontist. And so basically what I was saying in that video is I'm missing a couple teeth, my canines. I need implants. But in order to do that, I need my teeth to be in the right space, which is why I needed, excuse me, why I needed Invisalign to get them straight. And I went about a year and a half with these people and wasn't happy with the treatment that I was given. I just felt uncomfortable, sometimes a little bit of attitude. There was miscommunication, I think at certain points in times on both of our ends. And so I was really nervous about how to end that relationship so that I can move forward and finish my treatment with someone else. So I think the last time we spoke, that's what I had said, is that I was just waiting to have that conversation with the dentist to see how I can move on. So I had a 30-minute conversation with him, and at first it was very nice, and he listened to me. I did break down and cry, which I didn't like because I feel like sometimes you're not really heard out. I feel like you miss your message if you lose it or if you cry, and I didn't want to get emotional. I just wanted to say the facts, and this is how I felt. He heard me out, and then at the end when he was like, well, just let me finish the 3 trays. And I was like, no, I don't feel comfortable. Then he changed his tone and he was defensive and he got upset. But in the end of that conversation, I said, no, I'd like a refund, not for all of it. He obviously got upset because he thought I meant all of it. And I said, no, you've done some work. And so long story short to that, which I think definitely bonus points I feel like he received from me because he did refund a portion, and I was able to, like, I think one of those days I had obviously gone to several people who were, trying to get another place to take my case. And the one that I ultimately went to was an orthodontist place. And he had said, really, I wouldn't even recommend you using the ones that you have because it seems like your bite is off. And in 3 trays, I don't think you're going to get there. So everybody's opinion is different. But basically what I ended up talking about with the old dentist was send me the trays, give me a portion of a refund so I can obviously pay that elsewhere, and go from there. So he did do that, and I just feel like that definitely, it helped the situation for me. I was already, I don't want to sound dramatic, but to me, you know, when you're in a situation and it feels like turmoil, and I was having a hard time eating, like my stomach was in knots. It was really nerve-wracking because I didn't want to have to confront them. I don't like confrontation. I'm not comfortable, as I've said before. Some people might be, that nobody likes it, but I think they're comfortable in those situations. That's not my case. So it was hard having to kind of wait for that conversation and see what was going to come out of it. He could have also said no, but he didn't. And so I definitely wanted to come back and like highlight that, you know, he didn't have to, and he did. He gave a portion back, which is what I'm using obviously for the actual orthodontist, who, which the other thing is that dentist said, well, you can come and pick the box up. And I was like, no, I don't. I mean, if I don't feel comfortable going in there, why would I do that? First, he said he would send it, and then he said he didn't want it to get lost, which I completely understand. So I ended up having a friend pick it up, you know, and giving it to me with the check. And so now I'm using that portion to start this new orthodontist journey to finish out what could be 5 to 10 trays. That's going to be a long time. I obviously wanted to do this before I had the baby, but that's not going to happen because I'm, you know, it just seems like a time crunch. And so, I'm trying to think of what else. But as I do that, as I talk, let me try to get this together. I guess I'll do the naked too, and I'll do this one next to the last one, which is primal. So I'm glad that, you know, that seems like it's a closed chapter. It definitely wasn't, you know, how I would have wanted it to end. But I think, again, and this is what I said in the last video, you know, speak up. If you don't like something, you know, you're a paying customer, even if you're not, it's about how people treat you. And if you see something, don't question it. I think a lot of times our minds will talk us down from something like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it could be worse. Yeah, it could be. But in your case, it's only one life. And so, you know, you choose where you take your business. And if somebody has your business, it's half how they treat you and half how you speak up for yourself. And if you don't speak up for yourself, which I tell my son all the time, it then falls on your lap, which it did. It fell on mine, and I took too long. But I'm glad in that sense, you know, we're here, because I was really close to just saying, it's fine. I'm going to finish the 3. I'm going to suck it up. But I have done that all my life. And I just don't at this point want to do that. And I'm teaching my kids otherwise. So why wouldn't I take this opportunity? Everything is a life lesson. And why not use this to change something, like do something different? So that's where I was. And so far, it's going well. I already went to the new orthodontist. And the cool part is with this new orthodontist, they do like the scanning. I don't know if you've seen it on commercials. They can scan for Invisalign. Like they scan all your teeth inside, like outside, inside, underneath, everything. With the dentist, they were doing molds. I don't know, you know, which one's better or more convenient, probably the scan, but that also, excuse me. It also has like its own, what do you call it? It could have issues because somebody was telling me that it could be erased or whatever. So they did the scans at this place. I'm waiting for them to come back and then give me the actual trays. They didn't even see the trays that I was given. So it was like, I don't know. I feel like they didn't need them because they were starting sort of at this point on. So we'll see. So far, so good. And it'll be 5 to 10 trays. I'm hoping 5, but at this point, because I paid, I want it to be good and I want it to be done right. And I don't want to have to suck it up, you know, after everything I paid for. So, yeah, with that being said, that is sort of where I am at this point. Now I will be, okay, we're doing the NICS again, with number 4, which is like this one. So I will say that with this new orthodontist, I would definitely like to do like just the review of what my experience is with an orthodontist, because maybe it's different because he's an orthodontist and a specialist. And you know what? My dream, obviously, because I've been needing the implants for, I don't know, 16 plus years probably. My dream is to get implants for my teeth. And obviously when that time comes, I would love to share with you guys my experience and how that goes. If anybody has had experience with dental implants, please share below. I would love to hear what your experience, or if you know somebody, how was that experience? How did you go about finding the right, oral surgeon? Because it's a big decision. And the other thing is, which I was always told, that if I had lost bone tissue, I would have to do like a plasma. I think it's where they take your blood out and they spin it in a machine and they inject it into your gum so that you build that bone tissue. That's a whole other thing. So I don't know how much that'll be. Who knows what insurance we'll have at that point. But let's see. I think it looks pretty okay for me to talk and do makeup at the same time. But that is kind of it. I'm not even done here, but again, forgive me, I'm a newbie. But I just wanted to get some color. And the thing that'll probably take me longest is probably the face. So let's see. So I had to adjust a little bit. But now I'm gonna go in with that NYX Ultimate that I was using on the 5th one. This brighter color. Just kind of putting it out here. Let's see, what else? Well, that is really what I mainly wanted to talk about. Because again, this whole makeup thing, I love it. I'm just such a newbie that I don't know that anybody's interested in this for me, but it's just fun to like, as I've said many times, like come back and be like, oh wow, that's how you did it. Okay, that's what you liked at the time. It's just fun. Memory lane is always fun because you look back at where you've come from and all the experiences that you've had, and which is obviously why I'm excited to journal and document, video journal and document, where I've been. And yeah, this one's a little bit darker. I feel like, yeah, this one's darker, but you do what you can. Forgive me. So always kind of brush off the excess a little bit and then see how I can soften this up a little bit. What else? I feel like that's it. And I definitely don't want to like bore you guys with just like sitting here. So what I think I'm gonna do is just gonna continue the process. We'll speed forward so you can see me attempt the whole face foundation. And yeah, so just enjoy the rest of the time kind of seeing what I'm doing. And yeah, let's see what it looks like at the end. That's the test. So guys, this is the final look. I realize that I probably need that powder that everybody uses to set the foundation in because I'm sweating and you can totally tell. So I really like it. It's a little bright for me, but probably because I'm not used to it. I don't know. So I like it. So if you're still here, thank you so much for being here and stay tuned for the next video.